Lyndsey Pachon. I'm a real estate broker and co-owner of Fall River Property Management. We specialize in the profitable management of multifamily properties in the Fall River and New Bedford, Massachusetts service area. Today, I want to discuss strategic decision making for a newly purchased value-add property. For the most part, our clients are investors who purchase properties with value-add potential. This allows them to enter the market at a low price point and control the process of increasing the value of their units through improvements to the property, which should translate to a larger rent roll and a higher quality tenant pool. Value-add investment property purchases are by nature unstable. The owner knows that they are purchasing someone else's problem, and they have the belief that they can do better than the previous owner. The trick is to be able to add value less expensively than you could have purchased an already stabilized property. This takes a sharp eye and financial reserves. Knowing the difference between a property that has been run poorly but has good bones and a property that has been run into the ground is what separates a successful value-add purchase from an amateur mistake. So, you've purchased a value-add investment property. Congratulations. Now what? As a general rule, first, you want to repair and stabilize. And then, once you're confident that you've stopped the bleeding, you can upgrade. When you purchase a value-add property in a C-class neighborhood, your first priority should be to ensure that the property is safe for your tenants and that there are no ongoing issues affecting the structural integrity of your property. The funds for these repairs should come from reserves, and you should not plan on having enough rental income to make these repairs. Because if the rental income had been stable and plentiful, chances are the seller would have made the repairs and sold it at a higher price point. As your financial reserves are hard at work repairing the property, your property management team should be hard at work to stabilize the rent roll. Stabilizing the rent roll means working toward 100% occupancy with all tenants paying their rent reliably. With a newly purchased property, you have no way of knowing how stable your rent roll is until you've observed payment habits over a few billing cycles. Just as you want to repair your property before you upgrade it, you want to repair your rent roll before you upgrade it. Raising rent prematurely might cause you to lose a paying tenant, which might be worth doing in the future, but not until you know you have enough rent coming in every month to cover your debt service. If there's a vacancy as a result of your increase, you still want to have enough rent coming in to cover your debt service. You shouldn't raise rent to get a tenant to move, and you shouldn't jack up the rent of a paying tenant unless you can afford to lose them. Stabilizing a rent roll requires striking a delicate balance between swift action and patience. If a tenant isn't paying, swift action is necessary. If a tenant is paying, but you want them out for some other reason, patience is the key. The foundation of your house is of tremendous importance, but the foundation of your investment is your rent roll, which is also of tremendous importance. Turning around a distressed property is like riding a ship. You don't want to turn too hard, too fast, because an overcorrection will send you into financial turmoil. Make careful, decisive moves that are designed to stabilize. Once you have stability and you have addressed the maintenance issues that put your property at risk, you can start thinking about realizing a profit. With a steady rent roll, you can systematically turn over your units, upgrade them, and rent them at a higher price point. Patience. And if all of this sounds overwhelming and a bit like a minefield, that's because it is. But the good news is that we can do it for you. Because stabilizing distressed property is what Fall River Property Management is best at. So don't let my advice stop you from purchasing a value-add property. Let it guide you. For the moment, Fall River Property Management is taking new clients, but that's not always the case. So feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to tell you more about our services. Thank you for listening, and have a beautiful day.